The war that never happened, the religious war. Why it never happened because the people of Sri Lanka, they are different. Here, religion is not a battlefield. It's a home, a neighbor, a shared meal. I traveled 5 cities to understand this calm. From Anuradhapura to Jaffna, I found no war stories, only stories of people who chose peace for 2,000 years. This is Sri Lanka. Thanks for joining me in Sri Lanka. I traveled 5 sacred cities, Colombo, Anuradhapura, Kandy, Laksirigama, and Jaffna, to see how Buddhist stupas and Hindu kovils have shared one island for 2,000 years. This is episode 1 of a mini-series exploring the sacred soul of Sri Lanka, from north to south. This is just the start. Coming up, where Buddha sleeps in stone, where Shiva hides in jungles, and where 2 faiths share one island. But today, we start where faith was carved in stone. Let's begin. I'm taking you to Sri Lanka, home to some of the most beautiful and sacred Buddhist temples in the world. For centuries, these places have been symbols of peace, devotion, and Buddhist culture. And our journey starts right here, in the ancient city of Anuradhapura, at one of the country's most iconic Buddhist monuments. This is Ruwanweli Mahasaya. Rising above the ancient ruins of Anuradhapura, this is one of Sri Lanka's most sacred Buddhist stupas. Built more than 2,000 years ago, this giant white monument stands for faith, peace, and the rich history of Buddhism on the island. Just watch the pilgrims walking around the stupa with flowers and prayers. The whole atmosphere here feels calm and deeply spiritual. You can really feel it. Anuradhapura, there's another sacred treasure. Jaya Sri Maha Bodhi Tree. It's believed to have grown from the original Bodhi Tree under which Buddha attained enlightenment in India. Protected for over 2,000 years, this sacred tree isn't just history, it's a living symbol of Buddhism and spiritual connection. From ancient stupas to sacred relics, Sri Lanka's temples are more than just landmarks. They're living pieces of history that continue to inspire millions every single year. And being here, you understand why. From there, we head to the heart of Kandy, to Sri Dalada Maligawa, also known as the Temple of the Tooth Relic. This sacred temple is believed to protect a tooth relic of Lord Buddha himself, which makes it one of the holiest Buddhist sites in the world. And when you're inside, from the traditional drumming ceremonies to the golden interiors, every part of this temple feels alive with history and devotion. It's incredible.
Did a picture of the bathhouse, right? Yeah. These were the concubine bathed before the king took part in all the shenanigans.
We've been walking through Sri Lanka's sacred traditions, but there's another story unfolding in Kandy, and it's one worth hearing. You know the Perahera, this breathtaking festival that's lit up these streets for centuries. A river of dancers, fire twirling in the night, drums that shake your chest, and elephants draped in silk and light, moving like living temples. It's not just a parade, it's Sri Lanka's heartbeat. But something is shifting. A quieter question is rising through the music. Do the elephants still belong here? Animal welfare voices and many Sri Lankans themselves are asking it with love, not anger. Hours under blazing lights, crowds pressing in, the weight of gold and tradition on their backs. Is this reverence, or is it a burden we no longer see? Some activists support mechanical elephants or impersonator puppets to preserve the perahera without using real elephants. Because elephants don't get treated well to look this good. That beauty often comes after cruel training and broken spirits. The goal is simple. Keep the tradition, remove the exploitation. The people asking aren't trying to silence the drums. They're dreaming of a perahera that keeps its soul, the dance, the fire, the devotion, but sets the elephants free. Maybe with art, maybe with innovation, beauty without captivity. It's tender ground. Tradition and faith on one side, compassion for a living, breathing life on the other. There are no villains here, just a country looking itself in the mirror, and each year, that reflection gets clearer. The perahera will never disappear. It's too sacred for that. But how it breathes, how it changes, that's the next chapter Sri Lanka is writing. To learn more about the country from a vegan perspective, check out the flagship video. After completing this one, of course.
Little selfie photo ops. Everybody's real friendly.
Vegan snacks.
Going to the tree house.
A vegan's gotta eat, you feel me? Cultural immersion.
Travel Asia, you feel me?
Hindu temples. 100 years later, temples. No cement, no mortar. Two religions coexist in relative peace, but in the next episode we explore the culture clash of Sri Lanka. Stay tuned. The perahera left my ears ringing with drums, so I traveled north to where the rhythm changes. Jaffna is where you hear the other pulse, not louder, not quieter, just different. And tonight is all about Tamil Hindu temples. We've got a local guide meeting us to explain what these buildings actually mean. Because it's not just pretty towers. Every color, every carving has a reason. No temple whites needed, just respect. Let's go. Alright, we're heading to Sri Lanka's second kingdom, built after a war, destroyed by another one, and somehow still standing, 800 years later. In 993 AD, the Cholas rolled in from South India and burned Anuradhapura, the first capital, to the ground. So, the Sinhalese kings picked up and moved here. Polonnaruwa, King Parakramabahu I had this line: "Not one drop of rain should reach the ocean without helping people first." So they got to work. Massive lakes, temples, palaces. For 200 years, this was Sri Lanka. Trade, monks, art, water, everything came through here. This wasn't just a city, this was them saying, "We survived." But here's what most people miss. Polonnaruwa wasn't only Buddhist. The Cholas ruled here too, for like 70 years, and they brought their gods with them. Shiva Devale #2, one of the oldest things in Polonnaruwa. It's built completely from stone. No cement, no mortar, just blocks locked together like Lego. That's why it's still standing when all the wooden palaces burned down. Hindu mythology was woven into street theater as a way of informing and educating people without, think about that, 1,000 years of monsoons, invasions, trees growing through the cracks. And this Hindu temple is still straight. Buddhist stupas right next to Hindu shrines. Kings changed, the gods didn't fight. No roof, no walls, and they look calm. This is what Polonnaruwa gets right. It's not about who won the war. And now we're here. Hindu temple, Buddhist statues. Ancient lake, all in one place. History here isn't about picking sides, it's about surviving. They built it, they lost it, we found it again. That's the whole story. City of a lot of people, a lot of faiths, still here. After a whirlwind tour of Buddhist and Hindu temples, it's time to retire for the evening and let it all sink in. There's a big history for this small island. It's actually a big island. But you get my point, don't you?
Lankan troops have seized the entire coastline.
I do not know whether it's the end of the time of the tigers, but it's...
Thousands of civilians left there. And
Find Sri Lankan streets.
When in Sri Lanka, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act in 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. All rights and credit go directly to its rightful owner. No copyright infringement is intended.
How was it? Not good. No visibility.
worse than before.